I had the opportunity of a lifetime. I got to fly to New York City and play the Nintendo Switch 2 early, including Metroid Prime 4. Did you guys know? Did you know? I'm a huge Metroid fan. Metroid is the reason I got into first-person shooters. I would not have this channel. I would not be playing Call of Duty. I would not be playing any first-person shooter if I didn't have Metroid. Let me do my intro. Hey y'all, it's Butters. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic day full of positivity and happiness as always. And for today's video, we're here to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2, but specifically I want to focus on Metroid because obviously I'm quite the Metroid fan. We have my shirt, of course. We have Metroid Prime, and it's the one that has the Metroid Prime Echoes as a bonus disc. This came with the GameCube when it launched in the US, and thank goodness it did because this changed my life. And of course, I've got Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. I have so many wonderful memories playing this when I had pneumonia. I'm in my happy place right now. Metroid's the best. Also, I do want to mention thank you so much, Nintendo, for flying me out and getting to play test the Switch 2 early. This is a childhood dream of mine. Baby Hannah is so excited to be able to play a Nintendo console early. By the way, this video is not sponsored at all. I paid for my own travel. I also do want to show. I have my Switch right here. I don't know why I'm showing it. I customized it myself. I think I'm kind of proud of it. I played it every single day for 3 years straight. I realized after going through my channel, you can't really tell that I'm actually a huge Nintendo fan. If you haven't seen, I uploaded a video of my Nintendo 64 collection. I grew up on Nintendo. It was my first console, Nintendo 64. So if you want to go watch that video, don't. I was 19 years old. Thank you very much. But if you want to, go ahead, whatever. I won't stop you. Anyways, like I said, I got to go to New York City and playtest the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm going to walk you through all my footage that I got. And I also got some vlog footage of walking around New York. We'll start with the footage of my initial impressions of the Nintendo Switch 2. Can we hold it? Go for it. It's big. Like the screen's big. It's like noticeably big. And then it's just take this off. Oh, it's really. Hey, I'm Jada. That's cohesive. That's what I was worried about, was this coming out really easily. It doesn't. Even if you were to like drop it on the side, I don't think that would come out. Wow. Switch 2, baby. Smooth. That's awesome. That's super stiff. And the chat button. I'm so excited to see the result of that. How that goes. We let's turn it on. I want to point out I was originally concerned about the magnetic Joy-Cons that attach to the Switch. I was curious if they would detach easily, but no, they're actually really secure. The screen is noticeably bigger. I love the kickstand, how it adjusts to multiple angles. I had a chance to see the accessories as well, locked behind a glass case, so I couldn't really handle them.
Anything you're excited most about?
We love that classic purple blurple. Is it blurple purple? We love that classic nostalgic GameCube controller shape. I think the controller that has those two Joy-Cons that come together to make the controller, I think that middle piece is a bit, actually significantly wider than the original one. I'm not sure. Also, is the Switch controller going to be compatible with the Switch 2? That's a question I should have asked. Dang it. But there was one accessory I was heavily intrigued by. I think these are skates for the mouse, so that it's smoother when you're doing the mouse thing. When I went to go play the Switch 2, the Nintendo Direct that was live, I was on my flight to New York City. So I got to watch the Direct, see that Metroid Prime 4 has mouse controls. I said, no way, am I going to be able to play that? I really hope so, and I did. We'll get to it. That's why I assumed these were mouse skates. Next up is actually playing the Switch 2. I got paired up with Russ over at Polygon. So hi, Russ. I don't know if you're watching this, but hi, you were great to play with, even though you destroyed me at Mario Kart World. That's fine. I'll leave that footage. The cast of Mario Kart characters are fantastic too. I of course had to pick Toad because he had a big old burger on his head. It was really funny. Truth be told, I'm not much of a Mario Kart player, so I got destroyed. It's fine. I get momentum here in a bit, you'll see.
Okay, I'll ask.
He's perfect.
I'm Cal. That's me.
I got first. It's me. Yay, I got first place. I wasn't playing against anybody but bots, but I got first place. Yay. And I played as Cal. Very iconic. I'll be honest, I thought the cows were from Harvest Moon. That was my entire assumption. Apparently they're from some Mario games. I have no idea. I love Mario, don't get me wrong. Super Mario Sunshine, the best Mario game, closely followed by Super Mario 64, I'm just saying. Moving on. Anyways, moving on, you go upstairs and wow, there's a big old room full of more Mario Kart World. But this one was special. We're in free roam mode.
This is currently the free roam mode, so you can virtually drive anywhere you want while we wait for other players to join.
Okay.
So each round, you're going to want to come under a certain position to stay in the game.
Okay.
Yep.
Amazing, Jen. Oh, that's cute.
It's a fun way to explore the map and warm up. Do people need to warm up when they play Mario Kart? I do. I like that there's a map on the bottom right of the screen as well. But there's fun stuff to interact with and I guess drive around. The free roam I don't quite understand as well. I think it would be cool for some people if they just want to, you know, roam. That's what a free roam is for. We were exploring the area waiting for the race to start. I think we had 24 people. You can vote for the circuit that you want to race and there was one that had a pumpkin level, so of course I voted for that one, but nobody else did. I think maybe 2 people did. If you did, you're my friend.
So you can vote for which track you want to race on.
The track that's going to fall. Oh, that one. Whatever this is, we're friends. You're in a boat? How'd you do that?
Just found a boat.
You found a boat.
I love pumpkins, can you tell? The way that this 24-player circuit works is that you keep on racing, and if you are in the top 12, you stay in, bottom 12, you're out. And the more laps you do, the more people get eliminated. So the higher up your place is, you will stay into the race and not get eliminated. I did my best, and I'm actually pretty happy with the result. I'll let it run, or I'll let it drive. It's Mario Kart.
3, 2, 1, go! In that top 20.
Oh my god! You can barrel roll! You can say a barrel roll! No!
Made it.
Hey, 4th place out of 24 people and I don't play Mario Kart? Pretty good, if I do say so myself. This session of Mario Kart is also when I got to test out the Pro Controller, so we'll talk about that more later. On to the next room. It felt like the most glorious arcade I've ever seen. There were all sorts of Switch 2 game demos that were just circling the room. You could play Donkey Kong Bonanza, you could play Kirby the Forgotten Land, you could play the tutorial level that teaches you about what's inside the Switch 2. I have words about that later. But of course, I was on a mission. I had to find Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
We're looking for Metroid. I've trained my whole life for this. AKA ever since I was 9 years old. Oh my god!
Even watching this footage back makes me so happy. I got to play Metroid Prime 4 early. That's so cool. Needless to say, if my reaction didn't give it away, it was everything that I ever wanted. I do have some thoughts though. I'll use my Joy-Cons to kind of demonstrate my point. The mouse controls. I will say for me, it was very comfortable. However, I have really small hands. I don't know if it's going to be super comfortable for many people. It's also really interesting to hold a Joy-Con like this and then play like this. You know what I mean? It's very, not bad. It feels like half K-BAM, half controller, which makes sense, you know? It's different, but in a cool way. Aiming with the mouse control was very accurate, surprisingly, but when you lock on, you still are able to kind of move around a little bit. It's like a soft aim. It'll help you lock onto the enemy, but you still have the ability to move the mouse control around for better aim. I think most people are going to play Metroid Prime 4 with a Pro controller or in the handheld mode. Because relaxing on the couch with the mouse controls, I feel like you have to have extra accessories, like a mouse pad in your lap on a hard surface, or a table. I was curious if you could use the mouse controls on maybe your thigh, or if you could use them on the couch themselves, so I did do some testing. I will go ahead and include that footage too.
Are you ready? Testing out the mouse controls. Works on desk mat. Does it work on table? It does, but it's less grippy. That makes sense. Does it work on arm? It works on arm. It's not very cohesive, but you can do it. Now what I want to test is the thigh. It works. I don't know what I'm going to do with that information, but it's just good to know.
I wanted to test out the thigh because if I'm sitting on my couch and I want to play like this, I was wondering if I could do it. However, the mouse control will disable itself if it goes into the upright position. So if I'm leaning back like this and I want to play like this, I can't. I have to basically have it like this and play like this. Saying this too much. I'm sorry. I'm leaving in a couple hours to drive 10 hours to Florida, so don't mind me. My brain's kind of a bit of mush. Long story short, mouse controls, very good. I did play with the mouse skates on as well, so it made it more smooth. Without the skates, it didn't feel as smooth. So if you want to play with the mouse control on Metroid Prime 4, the skates would probably be a necessity. Hooray for buying accessories. As for the feel of Metroid Prime 4, I think it feels very reminiscent to a Halo campaign. To be fair, I only played a demo, but the demo consists of you going up to soldiers and talking and saying, "We're gonna do this, guys." I'm like, this is a lot of dialogue for a Metroid game. Not bad, obviously. I love Halo. And I'm sure having a lot of dialogue in the beginning makes sense because tutorials, learning the game. I played the full demo, which was about 20 minutes, but I'm really hoping that on full release that we get a lot of that isolated exploration. That is without a doubt my favorite part of the Metroid Prime series. If I hear the Phendrana Drift soundtrack one more time, I'm going to burst out into tears. I can't take it. My childhood. I do know what resolution I was playing on this. I was playing 1080p with 120 Hz refresh rate. Looked fantastic, by the way. Aesthetically, the game is the most similar to the first Metroid Prime. The Morphball especially feels like it was pulled from the first Metroid Prime and plopped into this one, but in slightly more HD. There's a side dash. Let's talk about the gameplay. There is a side dash in Metroid Prime 4. That's crazy and so necessary. When I was going against this boss, you can see that I'm dodging by using the morph ball to duck underneath his attack, and then you'll see here that I actually do a side dash to avoid a fast energy ball attack from him. You have to side dash to avoid it. Side dashing is so cohesive and so good. A very necessary addition to this game for sure. Out of the Metroid Primes that I have played, this one feels the most like an FPS. I feel like these other ones are more like a first-person exploration. This feels like an FPS. Only concern is that they don't focus as much on the exploration, but I'm sure when the full game comes out, we'll have our answer. I know I'm focusing a lot on Metroid Prime 4, okay? I got on that flight specifically with the idea of, do I get to play Metroid Prime 4? Not that I'm not excited about the other games. Let's talk about those really quick. Oh, I also wore my Metroid shirt to the event as well, because of course I did. I played some Kirby in the Forgotten Land, and I just need to play more platformers in my life. This one is so wholesome, cute, bright, colorful, shiny even. Wow, we're on top of it with our adjectives today, Hannah. And the gameplay looked sharp. I think it's the wording I want to use. can't forget the bouncy Kirby trophy that we got at the very end. His face is so good. So complacent. So present, but so complacent. I've never owned a Kirby game in my life, so I really don't have too much input, but I do know that it was great, it was sharp, it was responsive, a great time to play on the Switch too. And I played on the Pro Controller, I'm going to mention that too. I also got to play Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Donkey Kong 64 is actually one of my favorite platformers, so the fact that they're bringing back another 3D Donkey Kong game, completely unexpected but extremely welcomed. I don't think I got much gameplay though.
With the controller like this. That's crazy. And let's get... It's so much fun!
That's a goofy game. I don't know how else to explain it. A lot of hidden areas, a lot of secrets. You gotta pull up the ground and the walls and stuff. You can even pull up some of the ground and you can surf on it, which is really cool. The guy manning the Donkey Kong Bonanza station asked me, do you have any input, any feedback on this game? I said the first month is gonna be awful for the developers because these gamers, they're gonna do everything in their power to break this game. You're gonna have so many patches. He said, cool, sounds good. I had a chance to go back through and replay some things and get a closer look at the Pro Controller. Let's look at that.
We're looking at the Nintendo Switch 2, the Pro Controller that I think comes in the box, I'm pretty sure. What I found very intriguing about it is that it has paddles on the back, or like little buttons on the back. I find that to be really cool. I tried using them in games. We tried 2 games today and it doesn't work in any of them, so are they mappable? What are they? Are they not mappable? Are they A and B? Are they left or right? I don't know. But, you know, pressing buttons would make that go. This is cohesive. It's good. I was just curious about the buttons.
I love how the controller has the buttons on the bottom. Very similar to SCUF controllers. Obviously, I play with, where's my SCUF? This will do for now. This is my SCUF controller. If you're new here, hi. I have a controller with my face on it. So this is not a self-promo, I'm just saying. It's definitely not one because it's not going to focus. Okay. If you can see back here, I do have paddles on the back of my controller and it is a game changer, as cheesy as it sounds. So I'm happy that the Pro Controller has that too. Oh, I revisited Metroid Prime 4 and I discovered when you use the charge beam and you blow it up in Samus's face, you can see her face. You remember that from Metroid Prime 3 Corruption? Oh my god.
You can see her face. That's so cool.
I freaked out. I can't tell you how excited I am about Metroid Prime 4. Anyways, that concludes my Nintendo Switch 2 play session. I will go ahead and share very, very quick that I did get to explore New York City a bit. Man, the hustle and bustle, let me tell you, I was getting 20K steps a day. I'm not quite used to that. I'm from Georgia, so we drive everywhere. And being able to walk everywhere, phenomenal. The bagels, the coffee, the bread, the pizza, heavenly. I'm not even kidding you. I got the rainbow bagel. Apparently it's popular on social media. I didn't know that. I just said, ooh, rainbow bagel and blueberry cream cheese. So I had that and it was divine. I got to see Grand Central Station as well. That was cool.
This place is huge.
Cool ceiling. All I could think about when exploring New York City is that I feel like I'm playing a Spider-Man game. Or really, many games. Many cities and games are based off of New York City, right? For me, the one that comes to mind is Spider-Man. The Minecraft movie was out in theaters, so there was a lot of Minecraft movie posters and stuff everywhere in Times Square. And there was a Nintendo store! I didn't go in. It was closing and I had already gotten my dose of Nintendo, so I think it's okay. Something y'all should know about me, and if you don't know, you're gonna know right now. I love boats, I love aircraft, my dad's a pilot and I own a boat. Those two things, whenever I have a chance to go to an aviation museum or a boat museum, I'm there. And New York City has the Intrepid Museum, where you board a flight carrier, you walk around, you learn a lot about aviation history, you see lots of planes. They even got a nuclear weapons carrying submarine there. I didn't go on that. Submarines are cool, I just was making use of my time. What I wanted to see, but also didn't want to see because it scares the crap out of me. Have y'all heard of Concorde? Concorde is the fastest commercial airliner that actually was used to transport people. You could go across the Atlantic Ocean from the US to Europe or something in less than 3 hours, or around 3 hours or something like that. Way too fast. You go 60,000 feet in the air. Can you tell I am mortified? I wanted to see Concorde in person because what a piece of history. And I got to see it. It has a very pointy nose. It's got the snoot that's very just, it has to be because it goes so fast. It goes so high in the air. It goes 60,000 feet in the air. Oh my God, I don't want to think about it. I got to see Concorde. That was iconic. Yeah, I feel like Concord has its own fan base, and to be able to see, I didn't get to go inside, but it was so worth the trip. I also didn't know that this museum has the Enterprise, which is a space shuttle. And if you know me, I'm terrified of space. I think space is the scariest thing. I was about to say on the planet, but it ascends that, oh my god. I stood underneath the Enterprise and I felt very existential and woozy, but wow, it's incredible what humanity is able to achieve. How did we do that? How do we make these things? How do we go to space? As for the military aircraft that I got to see, I made a joke saying that I got a 7-kill streak in Modern Warfare 2, 2009, and Black Ops 1 because I got to see a Harrier and a Cobra. The Cobra is also featured in the COD 4 mission Shock and Awe. If you know, you know. I like planes. I like boats. I like submarines. I like jets. Space shuttles scare me, but I'll go look at them. Amazing trip. If you have not gone to this museum and you're in New York City, go here. Go say hi to Concorde. You have to say hi to them. It was fascinating. I don't have any other words. I don't know what else to say. Oh, and while I was looking at the aircraft, there was also a military aircraft that passed above. To me, it looked like an AC-130, but of course, I'm a COD player, so of course I'm going to think that. I don't know what it was. So if you know, please comment down below and let me know. But it was really cool. How do we make things that are so heavy fly in the air? How do we make things float on the water? My fear of these things makes me want to learn more. Need the knowledge. With that being said, that concludes my New York City trip, and I flew back to Atlanta. And I got to watch a plane land at the airport. I could watch that all day. Let's go ahead and talk about it. What do I think about the Nintendo Switch 2? It's a solid console. Definitely an improvement from the original Switch. Out of the games that I played, Metroid Prime 4 was life-changing. I don't know how else to describe it. I'm obsessed with that game. I can't wait for it to come out. Absolute 10 out of 10. Mario Kart World, especially with that $90 price tag, I simply will not be buying that. Sorry, not sorry. I don't like Mario Kart enough to buy it. Also for $90. Have fun with that. I'm good. Donkey Kong Bonanza was super cute and enjoyable. I will be picking that up. It's not the one I'm most passionate about. Obviously, it's hard to beat the passion of Metroid. And Kirby and the Forgotten Land was cute. I'll be picking that up too. Now let's talk about it. Let's talk about the price. Let's talk about if you should pick up the Switch 2. I think $450 is fine. I mean, I would have preferred around $400, honestly. I find the accessories to really rack up in price, but I will not be buying all of them. I don't need the camera, you know? The Joy-Cons being as pricey as they are, though, is definitely concerning. I will say that. Definitely not a fan of that, I'll just be honest. I personally will not be buying a Switch 2 until Metroid Prime 4 comes out. That's how I am with most consoles, though. I won't buy the next generation until I have a solid game or 2 or 3 that makes it a worthy pickup. I made this mistake with my Xbox Series X. Actually, if you guys remember, there was a shortage of them, and since YouTube is my job and I kind of needed the console, I had to pay double. I paid $800 on StockX for an Xbox Series X, and I regret that so much. I won't be buying the Switch 2 until Metroid Prime 4 drops. That's just my personal opinion. Do you want to pick up the Switch 2? I think you know the answer better than I do. If you're passionate about the games that come out on drop, get the Switch 2. You don't have to get the accessories right off the bat. You can just get the console and have a good time. But like I said, only you truly know the answer to that. Oh, also the tutorial level of the Switch 2, the one where you can run around and learn about the Switch. Yeah, you have to pay money for that. Absolutely not. What are we doing? What? You guys remember when Wii Sports was free for the Wii? That has to be made free. I cannot see people paying for that. Is there anything else I want to talk about with the Switch 2? I don't think so. Overall, great experience, great console. I can't wait for it to drop, but alongside Metroid Prime 4. When Metroid Prime 4 drops, I'm in there. Now, if I may, I do want to show you guys some things that I picked up while I was in New York. The first thing being a Switch 2 backpack. That has a new car smell. I had it in my car for a little bit. I got a new car. Everybody who got to play the Switch 2 early got one of these. And it also comes with a Nintendo Switch 2 journal and a pencil case. I love this kind of stuff. Next thing, did you really go to New York if you didn't buy a New York hat off of one of the tables on the streets? I got a buttery New York hat because it only makes sense. My name is Butters. New York, baby. Oh, I wanted to show. This is my lanyard for the event. Yeah, Hannah Bryan, NoisyButters special guest. Stop. Stop. I'm a special guest. My inner child is screaming. I grew up on Nintendo. This is just, I can't believe this happened. And this is kind of random. I didn't pick this up in New York, but I picked it up when I came back to Georgia. It's kind of ironic that I found a Majora's Mask shirt at the thrift store. I figured since we're showing Nintendo stuff, I thought it would be only appropriate to show. I'm a big Zelda fan too. Majora's Mask is a top 3 Zelda game for me. It was my favorite for a while, but I think right now it's Ocarina of Time, Twilight Princess, and Majora's Mask. Need to replay them though. But that is everything I wanted to talk about for this video. Once again, thank you so much, Nintendo, for having me out for this experience. I will think about this for the rest of my life. I'm not even being dramatic. To be able to play test a Nintendo console early, I'm just so happy. This is what gaming is all about. And also comment down below if you enjoyed this video. I know it is more vlog style and I don't really do these on the main channel. I was gonna upload this on the second channel. I still might, but just let me know if this is something that is of interest. And if the vlog footage looked a little yellow, no, that is not an artistic choice. You would think so with my name being Butters, but no, I had to record on my phone because my camera died. Sorry about that. And let me know down in the comments below, are you excited for the Switch 2 to drop? Let me know. Will you be buying it on the day of? Will you be waiting until more games come out? I'll be waiting until more games. Well, to be fair, I'll be waiting until Metroid Prime 4 comes out. I am that much of a fan of Metroid Prime, okay? The only times I have ever cried during video game conferences was when Animal Crossing New Horizons was announced and Metroid Prime 4 was announced. Who's passionate? But that's all I've got. Like, comment, 3, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video, whatever I make. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I would love to bring more Nintendo stuff to the channel. Don't go watch my Nintendo 64 game collection. I did find some Wii games recently. I should make a video on that. We should go through them. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you.